Today I'm off to... Today... No, fuck it, let's keep going. Today I'm off to Maidstone, otherwise known as the Town of Dreams, and where I actually grew up when I was a kid, as opposed to growing up when I was an adult, to watch Maidstone United play Billericay Town in a game that's definitely been billed as a match that's happening. Maidstone is a fantastic town. It's got a whole host of luminaries who have lived there or continue to live there, including one of the greatest artists of the modern era, Tony Hart. He had those little plasticine men, didn't he? What are they called? Morph, yeah. Plasticine men. Neil Buchanan once came to my school. I wonder if those two ever had some sort of art off. Do you remember Art Attack?
I do remember Art Attack. I used to love that.
Yeah, a piece of my art was actually on that. I say art. It was actually the changing rooms in the pavilion. There was a hole in there for where I booted it after losing a game. Anyway, so we've had Tony Hart. It's also had one of the greatest thespian actors of our generation, Barry from EastEnders, who's gone on to star in shows like Mad Men and Breaking Bad, The Wire. No, obviously I'm kidding. What's he doing these days? Is he working in a pub? Barry from EastEnders' house in Maidstone, so that's something to be proud of. It also housed Reggie Gray. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's one of the Gray twins, surprisingly. As well as Fletcher from Porridge, apparently, according to a Porridge researcher that's filming this. It was also home to the disgustingly titled Shaun the Sheep, a floral monstrosity that either blighted Maidstone High Street or added to it, depending on your opinion of Maidstone High Street before. So there's a lot to be proud of if you're from Maidstone. Finally, and in no way am I scrabbling for facts here, I did find out during my research that following a Freedom of Information request, Maidstone Borough Council revealed that they spent a grand total of bob all on precautions against a nuclear attack. So if you want to decimate Maidstone, then you know how to do it. Just launch a nuclear missile at it, flatten it into a great big car park, which may not be the worst thing in the world. So with Maidstone United versus Billericay Town, it's a 100% record versus a 0% record. So Maidstone United won both of their games. They beat Hemel Hempstead in the opening day of the season 4-2, and they beat Chelmsford City 2-1 the other day, courtesy of a late goal. Billericay, on the other hand, they lost their opening game 3-0 away to Bath, and last weekend they lost 5-2 at home to Eastbourne Borough, the very same Eastbourne Borough who actually lost 5-0 at home to Hampton and Richmond. So if you want to bet money on any league, don't bet money on the National League South, because you can never predict how it's going to go. So starting on fire for Maidstone United was Joan Luque. I only ever see these names written down, so I've actually no idea how to pronounce it. Joan Luque. He started the season on fire with a great brace against Hemel Hempstead. One of those goals was absolutely sumptuous. In terms of the rest of the team, in goal they've got ex-Gillingham youth teamer Tom Hadler in goal. He was at Ebbsfleet United, I think, last season. He's definitely been at Eastbourne Borough, so he'll be between the sticks today. In defence, they've got a couple of names that most people probably recognise. So they've got absolute outhouse George Ellacobi. He used to play for Wolves, so quite a lot of people will recognise him. And Gavin Hoyt, who came through the books at Arsenal. You may remember his brother Justin used to play for Arsenal, Sunderland, and a few other teams. He also lines up in defence. There's a couple of names that most people will recognise. In midfield, we've got former Dorking Wanderers player and YouTube sensation, and frankly, Fantasy Premier League guru, Jake Gallagher. We'll be showing one of his clips later. Gallagher lines up alongside the sexily named Regan Booty. Regan Booty? Shake that booty! Gallagher lines up alongside the sexily named Regan Booty. If you're thinking that today's opponents Billericay Town sound a bit familiar, that's because you probably remember them from the time that they were owned by Essex steel magnate, a multi-millionaire, an absolute lunatic, Glenn Tamplin. Tamplin's the guy who loves nothing more than to take over a club, sack the existing manager, replace him with himself, sack himself, reinstate the former manager, sack him, replace him back with himself. I'm getting confused now. Before just spinning out and quitting because he's not getting enough Twitter likes that week. And you may also remember Billericay from the time they were signing the likes of Jermaine Pennant, Paul Konchesky, Jamie O'Hara, who also ended up becoming their manager until last season. So they've definitely had some star players playing for them. In the description, there's a link to a great interview with Jermaine Pennant, who opens the lid on his time in Billericay. It's well worth a view. It was an absolute circus. They're a bit more stable now, / a little bit more boring, but they're managed by Kevin Watson, a really good seasoned manager who was last at Ebbsfleet United. So things are just a little bit more normal, I'd say. Despite the slow start for Billericay, they'll be coming into Maidstone really hoping to get something out of the game today. So I'm really hoping for a thrilling game. The last game I went to was a 5-1, 6 goals. I went to a game midweek, Three Bridges versus South Park, not that South Park, which finished 4-2, so I'm definitely hoping for another 6 goals today. So the trick today is I do need to get those brakes sorted.
Yes.
So the trip today is a bit longer than the trip to Bleep, but luckily I've not managed to get in any training since my last trip, so this should be an absolute breeze. It's not a direct route today. I'll be going by the picturesque village of Yalding, a village so old it actually featured in the Doomsday Book. I'll be meeting my dad there, who's not so old. He featured in the Doomsday Book, but is still essentially quite old. The route today is 66 kilometres, which is about 41 miles. We're showing the trip profile on screen. I don't know if we're going to do it there or there. We haven't figured that out yet. But it's not too hilly. I'll be climbing a total of 310 metres and descending about 410 metres, which promises to be a lot more fun. Route-wise, and skip forward 30 seconds if you don't live in or care about West Sussex, I'll be starting off by going through Copthorne, which is quite literally just houses, so probably isn't going to be that interesting. From there, I'm going through the village of Lingfield, which I definitely don't keep calling Linfield by mistake. From Lingfield, which I definitely don't keep calling Linfield, this isn't the 6th or 7th take or anything. From Lingfield, fuck! From Lingfield, I'll be going across to Edenbridge. From there, it's a big whole load of nothing. I think I'll spend about 2 hours riding through what looks like wasteland according to Google Maps. Then I'll skirt around the outside of Tunbridge before it all gets a little bit villagey. I end up going through East Peckham, not that Peckham, before finally arriving in Yalding. I'm meeting my dad in Yalding. He's cycling the final 7 miles of me to Maidstone. He's definitely avoided the hardest part of the journey. And from there, it should only take about 40 odd minutes to get to Maidstone. As I said earlier, I've avoided all the hills. What I definitely don't want is a scenario that we had at Bleep where there were 2 massive hills which completely finished me off. Definitely not in a good way. So in fairness, this trip should be a lot easier, he says, before having done it and with absolutely no training. And I may have had a few Jamesons last night. We're aiming to get there for 2 o'clock, so it's probably time to go, pick that up for me. So let's start the ride. It's grit. Just approaching Lingfield. I've been cycling for about half an hour. This is the first mildly interesting building I've seen. It's not been a trip for the memory, that's for sure.
Oh, the buzzing of the bees and the cigarette trees.
What's this geezer? Take a fucking wheelbarrow on holiday?
Things in that big rock candy mountain. On a summer's day in the month of May, a burly bum come a-hiking down a shady lane near the sugar cane. He was looking for his liking. As he strolled along, he sung a song of a land of milk and honey, where a bum can stay for many a day, and he won't need any money. Oh, 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 oh. The buzzing of the bees and the cigarette trees, the soda water fountain, where the lemonade springs and the bluebird sings in that big rock candy mountain.
I don't know what part of the world this is. Leave it to Beaverland or something. But I'm moving here. It's bloody lovely here. about 10 people in a row have just smiled at me. Earlier in the trip, some twat shouted "Brilliant" out of the car at me. But here, everyone's like nodding, smiling, waving. You know, I've not seen cyclists as some prick who's going to ruin their day. Yeah, I think I'm going to move here. Where the f is it?
Low in that big rock candy mountain. Oh, the buzzing of the bees and the cigarette trees, the soda water fountain, where the lemonade springs and the bluebird sings in that big rock candy mountain. Oh.
So I've been cycling for about 20 kilometres, done that in just under an hour. We've got about another 45 kilometres to go. The reason I've stopped here is, according to the app I use to plan my routes, this is a nice spot to stop at. It's a nice swimming spot. And I don't know about you, but I couldn't wait to jump in and have a little swim. Look at that. I mean, if that doesn't scream paradise and idyllic, I don't know what does. Perhaps you could get that little, I don't know what the hell that is, but that little bit of...
Oh, that's the bottom of a cone.
Yeah, or maybe some industrial waste. So yeah, so according to the app, this is a nice spot to have a little swim. So I'm just going to put my hazmat on and go for a little dip.
Fantastic.
This is the pub where I used to work, and in the days before health and safety gone mad, or even health and safety gone sensible, we used to play in the sluice gates in this river. It's amazing we survived at all, really. Obviously I pointed out the pub, you can't see it. See, camera's facing this way and not that way. Nice pub though. Right, let's go. I'm always looking for interesting places to stop. So this bridge in Yalding is the oldest medieval bridge in Kent.
And what year was it built for 10 points?
I don't know, I didn't research that.
Did you?
Well no, I did the research for Football Manager, not fucking Bridge Manager. Alright, should we just move on then?
Yeah, we should move on. Okay, that'll, okay, next stop, where are we going next stop?
I don't know, we should just cut this whole entire bit. We're going to meet Dad, so it's going to be lots of fun. Let's do this.
Fantastic.
Right, hi everyone in internet land.
Good start. Great, right, cut. So Dad, you're cycling with me to Maidstone.
I am indeed, yeah.
How far is it?
It's around 6.5 miles.
And how long's that going to take?
Ooh, 6.5 hours.
No, it's going to take about 20 minutes. It depends
if
on
we
how
get in the
fit.
car, it'll take 20 minutes.
20 to 60 minutes it will take.
And are you looking forward to the Maidstone United game?
I can't say that I am. I don't even know who they're playing. I don't even know what game it is, really. Is it
football?
Is it football?
It's
right,
football, right.
Okay, right. I wasn't sure.
Should we get on with the cycling? Should we get there?
I think we're probably safe
Because I don't want you to miss a second of the game.
Let's off-road.
Right, let's on-road.
Let's not off-road.
I know I stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Then afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or two. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I can see it in your eyes that you despise the same old lines you heard the night before. And though it's just a line to you, for me it's true and never seemed so right before. I practice every day to find some clever lines to say to make the meaning come true. But then I think I'll wait until the evening gets late and I'm alone with you. The time is right, your perfume fills my hair, the stars get red and all the nights so blue. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. Perfume fills my hair, the stars get red and all the nights so blue. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. Despise the same old lies you heard the night before. And though it's just a lie.
Why not come to Grand?
Watch football. With you two.
Okay.
See you later.
What was
Where are
the
you
point?
going?
What was the point?
Where are you going?
Didn't even say goodbye.
Dad.
Didn't even say goodbye. He didn't even say goodbye.
No. He's actually going,
He
isn't
literally
he?
just said he was going, but I thought he was joking. It's just us two then.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, my legs don't work anymore.
Are you having fun?
No. So I'm outside the Gallagher Stadium. Maidstone United have been here about 10 years. Before then, they were ground sharing with the likes of Sittingbourne and Ashford, neither of which, by the way, are particularly close, so it wasn't ideal. So they've got a 3G pitch. They're one of several teams in the league to have a 3G pitch, so it's all weather. So what not a lot of people know is the Gallagher Stadium is actually one of those sponsorship names. It was named after the company who actually built the Gallagher Stadium, Gallagher Group, something like that. It's not particularly interesting, but still it is better than some of the other sponsorship names we've got. It's better than the Kit Kat Crescent or Crawley Town's Checkertrade.com stadium of a couple of years ago. It cost about 2.8 million to build, which is about 0.35% of what it cost Wembley. And I think the toilets here are better. So there's a bit of a queue to go in. We are running a little bit late, so let's go in and check out the stadium. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Just a one. Got it. Cheers, pal. Nice one.
These are the tickets you get when you pay your money. They've spared no expense.
No.
They've spared no expense.
Literally.
Literally,
Tickets.
literally, don't bother. Don't bother putting them out. I'm not going to keep it.
What's the matter?
Oh, so one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to pick up a programme from every game that I go to.
Right.
You know, not a big arse, you wouldn't think, you know, at a football match. This is their programme. They're not doing programmes. This is a team sheet. Disappointed that second game in and I've already failed to do one of the things I wanted to do, which is a programme in every game. So yeah, I hope Billericay win now.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got one
Typical.
for you.
Go on then.
Do you remember that clip from like Soccer AM back in the day of Chelsea versus Liverpool in the tunnel, where Steven Gerrard went to shake the hand of one of the mascots
And he
went like that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He's Billericay's number 16, Jake Nicholas.
You're
He now plays
joking?
for Billericay.
Really?
He now plays for Billericay. Yeah, yeah.
That
It's
is,
one of the same. Yeah, yeah. So I told you, it's
really
all about famous players down at this level.
Hi, my my name's Andrew and I'm the researcher for Football Manager for Maidstone United.
Fantastic. How long have you been researching for?
Been doing the gig since 2018.
Excellent. And how long have you been playing Football Manager for, or any of the earlier variants?
Too many years to count.
What was your first one?
I think it was Championship Manager 3.
Favourite player in all those years?
Anatoly Todorov from Litex.
And who did you sign him for?
Luton Town. Funny enough, yeah. Absolute beast.
And where did you get Luton to?
All the way to the top.
Oh, good effort, good effort. Classic,
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear. How long have you been a Maidstone United fan for?
Probably followed them for about 10 years or so, but since the club's come back to the town, it's a lot easier, a lot more accessible to come down here. So
Do you have a second team?
yeah, for my sins, I've got family from up north, so we support Man United as well.
It's all about MUFC for
All
you
about
then, isn't
MUFC,
it?
absolutely, absolutely.
So you're a local boy then?
Yep, born and bred in Maidstone, still live close to the area.
Sorry to hear that.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's not the nicest town in the world, is it? Nope, shouldn't say that, should I? No,
It's a
great
beautiful
place.
town.
It's a beautiful town.
It's horrible.
Right, so this is Stat Off, Andrew. This is a test of your and indeed my knowledge of Football Manager attributes for the teams and indeed the league that we're responsible for researching.
Okay.
So
No pressure.
if it goes badly, we won't be including any of this in the video.
Yes, and I'm running on 0 sleep right now. So,
And why is that?
Because I've got a little boy at home. So yeah, shout out to Arlo.
There you go,
Ooh.
kids, they're the worst. Right, so the rules of the game are Josh is going to read out a player and the attribute.
Yep.
We'll take it in turns, but the person who gets closest to the attribute
Okay, it's
is the
closest.
person that's wins. So the first round is Stat Off, attribute off.
Okay.
So I'm looking for George Elakobe's strength attribute.
I'm going to go for 17.
Oh, it's a good answer. It's a good answer. He's got a touch of the Akinfenwoods, hasn't he?
Well, his nickname is Chop.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hashtag Chop.
I'm gonna go slightly lower. Although I think you've got a good one. I'm gonna go 15.
George Elakobe's strength 18.
18. There you go.
1-0 Andrew. Jake Gallagher flair.
I've signed him on FM before for Maidstone. He's new to the club this year.
You're gonna have to
I'm
hurry
going to
you.
go for 7. 7.
Right, he was the guy that did that pirouette, which we're showing on screen now.
Yes,
when he
yeah.
did that ridiculous
Yes,
roundabout
yeah,
for no
yeah.
reason. So I'm going to go 14.
Flick fix.
Ooh, Jake Gallagher flair 5.
What? Someone has downgraded that after I
he's a
upped it.
central midfielder. I know he did the pirouette, but it's not.
That was all he's done.
That's all he's done.
Rory Deacon finishing.
I'm going to go for. You know what? I'll go for 11.
Yeah, it's a good answer. He wasn't great at Crawley Town, so I'm going to go 9, and it is pissing down.
Rory Deacon finishing 9. 2-1.
Yes.
Jack Barham dribbling.
I'm not sure. I'll go for 9.
Yeah, it'll be around that, I reckon. I'm going to go for 11.
Jack Barham dribbling 7.
7. There you go.
3-1.
Right, let's do
one more quick. Joanne Luque long throws.
God, that's specific, isn't it?
Long throws.
I actually have no idea. 3. I have no idea.
So I'm just going to go for 3. It's not going to be high. I'm going to go for, he's a striker, well, he's a sort of winger in here. I'm going to go for 2.
1.
1.
He must be terrible.
We have to apologise to Luque here.
yeah.
We might need to revise that a little bit.
Edit that. Okay, the end of round 1.
Let's move.
Round 2. How many ex-Gillingham players play for Maidstone?
Why are you asking me about Gillingham?
I think I know this. I think it's 2. What are you going to go for?
Ex-Gills players. I'll go 3.
It is 2.
Is it?
Yeah. Can you name them? Can you name them?
Tom Hadler.
Yeah.
Glashan.
Yes, well done.
Because you've always got a good few ex-Gills.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Jermaine Glashan, sorry. Yeah,
Jermaine.
What year were Maidstone United FC formed?
Oh, I don't know.
1992.
So I'll go. I'll go. I think 93.
92.
92. Well done.
Right. How many can the Gallagher Stadium hold?
It's somewhere around 4,100, isn't it? I remember updating it in the database. Are we doing nearest?
Nearest 100.
Right.
4,100.
Well, I'm going to go 4,300.
4,200. So he's just got it.
How?
He said 4,100 and something.
No, he said
well-
4,100.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's split down the middle then.
Right, okay.
Because it's 4,100, 4,300, the bonus for that, well, how many are seating out of all that? To the nearest, do it to the nearest 10.
It's something like 760, I think.
670.
790.
Oh,
In the database, this is really going to show your nerdiness. In the database, how passionate are Maidstone United FC out of 20?
Right, so this is their fans. So how passionate have you rated your own fans? This will show whether or not you can come back to the Gallagher Stadium.
Yeah.
I think it's fairly high.
Yeah.
So I think it's somewhere around 17.
Oh, that's high.
I'm going to go 17.
Okay, I'm going to go, I think that's high. I think I'm going to go 11.
12.
Oh, I need to.
The last question. Who is the most disliked person in the database for Maidstone United?
I think I could know the answer to my note.
There's only one player that springs to mind, and it's Andy Hessenthaler, just because he's such a legend for
He's
Gillingham.
there. So Harry Wheeler's not very well. And the other one who was really not very well liked was Joe Healy.
You're back
I'm
out.
going to go Wheeler. Harry Wheeler.
Harry Wheeler.
Harry Wheeler it
Harry
is.
Wheeler.
What out of 20 is
I'm
he?
going to go 19.
He's 20.
20.
Yeah.
I think we've got a clear winner.
We've got a clear winner.
which makes sense. So the Maidstone United researcher really knows his stuff. That's what we proved today. We've got a little prize for you.
not a
Naturally,
Gillingham shirt, is it?
it certainly is. We wanted to present this to you. Will you
Yeah.
wear it for us?
No.
Go on, this is for you. There you go. So you won't touch it. You
Well
won't
done,
touch
guys. Well done. Well done. Okay.
Right, so well done, you
Thank you.
deserved winner. So how can people follow you on Twitter?
So I'm on Twitter at GSTAFM, REGISTAFM. Find me there, update all stuff Maidstone United and all the stuff my boy as well. And anything Football Manager too.
Cool.
Maybe one
There
day
you go.
I used to stream it. Maybe one day I'll come back. Who knows?
Fantastic. Right, back to the match.
See you later.
I got some troubles, but they won't last. I'm gonna lay right down here in the grass. And pretty soon all my troubles will pass. Cause I'm in shoo shoo shoo, shoo shoo shoo, shoo 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 shoo, Sugar Town. I never had a dog that liked me some. Never had a friend I wanted. It's just gonna come. So I just lay back and laugh at the sun. Cause I'm in shoo shoo shoo, shoo shoo shoo, shoo 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 shoo, Sugar Town. Yesterday it rained in Tennessee. I heard it also rained in Tallahassee. But not a drop fell on little old me. Cause I was in shoo shoo shoo, shoo shoo shoo, shoo 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 shoo, Sugar Town. If I had $1 million or 10, I'd give it to your world, and then you'd go away and let me spend my life in shoo shoo shoo, shoo shoo shoo, shoo 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 shoo, Sugar Town. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Excellent. So that's the end of the game. It finished 1-0 to Maidstone United. I just thought we'd do the filming here while the Maidstone United manager, Hacken Harrington, is doing his very best Phil Brown impression with the half-time team talk. He's doing his end of the match team talk just right here behind us. It was a pretty good game. On balance, Maidstone United probably deserved to win. They're probably a little bit disappointed that the win came via a penalty, which did seem a little bit soft, but highlight the second half for me was definitely when Laurie Wilson decided to channel his very best circus clown moves when he went to take a throw in and the ball went behind him. That was definitely my favourite bit of the game. But overall, it was a really good game. There was a red card for a keeper right at the end, for the Billericay keeper. Such a shame that they did actually have a substitute goalkeeper on the bench, so we didn't get the usual hilarity of having an outfield player going in goal. Man of the match for me, probably Joe Alall. I did ask Andrew, the Maidstone United researcher. He thought George Kobe. Both of us going for the defence, which probably tells you a little bit about how the game went. For me, Joe Alall won every single header that came his way. Not only did he win them, but he directed the headers perfectly, so he was definitely my man of the match. 3 wins out of 3, clearly Maidstone United joint top. They're actually joint top with Dartford, who also won today. So things are looking pretty good for Maidstone. So 66 kilometres cycled in total. So a pretty good game. I saw a goal and yet again saw a win for the home team. So I'm beginning to wonder, will I be a good luck charm for the rest of the teams that I go and visit? Next up, I'm cycling down to Eastbourne Borough next weekend. Can't actually remember who they're playing off the top of my head. But again, I'll be hoping for a good match in that one. Finally, today you'll see I'm wearing my Prostate Cancer UK cycling top. Let's not zoom in on my actual boobs or indeed belly. Don't forget, all of this cycling where I'm cycling to all 21 National League South grounds, it's all in aid of Prostate Cancer UK. The Just Giving link is below in the description, so please do give. It's for a really, really great cause. So that's it for me. I'm now going to cycle back. It's raining. Everyone was like, oh, it's going to be a really good day. It's not. It's crap. It's raining. And I've got a long way to go. Thanks very much for watching. I've now got to go and find my bike. Bye.